Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give this a try and see if I can do it. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Okay, what I wanted to cover with y'all now is if any of y'all are interested in creating a journal like Kathyrn of On the Scrap Beach did, with a mixture of scrapbooking pages, traditional beautiful scrapbooking papers, and ledger pages, grid pages, writing pages, beautiful papers and things. This is the website that you can go to that she had told us about, where you can create and print on the back of your scrapbook papers to make that journal. So let me walk you through how easy this is. She gave us the link, and it's in Compotech. Is like not incompetent, but incompetech.com, and it brings you up to this screen. And what I wanted to show you is just how easy it is to do. You'll see all these choices you have. You may want to explore some of those as you go, but the one we're going to talk about today, you'll notice, excuse me just a minute, there's monthly and yearly calendars, but we're going to click this button that says graph and grid paper, and it's going to come down to this. When I first opened this, I made the mistake of thinking I need to download here. This box right here is actually, you're downloading a PDF reader file. Depending on your computer, my computer already had a PDF reading file and all. I didn't need to download this. You may need to. But underneath that, if you scroll down, you'll see the different types of choices you have for papers. Squares here, of course, the kind of common grid papers and things. Triangle and hexagon, interesting. Then you can see circular and polar. We'll have to come up with a use for that. Maybe together we can think of something. And then you've got some other different papers here, you know, that you can do. And then, of course, one of the most favorite ones I found was this writing and note-taking. These are not highlighted. You just click on this box. So you'll notice I'm just, left-clicking. Again, the little PDF creator comes up. Probably don't need it. But you go down here and you can see your choices. Writing and penmanship, which is traditional notebook paper. You've got line papers, writing and penmanship papers. Remember back, or if we have little ones and they need to learn cursive writing, which they're doing away with now, or penmanship, those are the papers for that. And then, of course, in my business life, I use a lot of these type of things that I've been buying, and now I see where I can print my own. These are my note-taking and grid sheet papers I use sometimes at work or when I go to seminars and things. And then underneath here you'll go back to some different type of grid papers and even music papers. So to start off with, we're going to do just the basic writing and penmanship. So I'm going to click on this. And what you're going to see here in this section is it brings you up to where you can create what you want. So of course you can print it on, if you can see right there, it's showing you 8.5 by 11. You can do that. Or you can do the A4 size. That's okay. But look right here and you can click Other. I'm going to type in, because the book I'm going to do is 7 inches. Let's see if I can reach my keyboard. I'm going to type in 7. And then I'm going to type in 8, because that's how big I want. Whoa, no, I'm not. I'm going to type in 2. Let me go back here and type in 8 and inches. And then the border, I'm going to want about a 0.3 border. Let's see if I can do that from here. I'm reaching around a tree board. So I want about a 0.3 inch border around my page. But actually for writing paper, I'm taking it back. I'm going to get rid of that border because it's writing paper. When I get the grid paper, I'll use the border. And then it actually asks you how many lines you want per inch and the line spacing. This is college. I'm going to want wide spacing. Which is traditional notebook paper you buy. The college is a little bit narrower. Even narrower than that is legal. So then you come down here and you get to pick line color. So imagine if you were printing on the back of your scrapbook paper. You can pick black, light gray, light blue, red, green, blah, 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 all those different colors. Or you can come over here to custom and simply move around this little circle and see how this is changing. So you could create line colors, and then I'll slide this up. So now I've got the red screen if I want. So let's say I'm using some beautiful Prima, some of the pinker colors, so I can see how this is changing this box as I slide this around. So just to be different, because you don't see it all the time, we're going to pick that I want this pretty salmon color to go with some of my paper. So now I've got a 7 by 8 inch traditional writing paper with wide spacing and a pink thing. So let's download and see what happens. Okay, it's asking me if I want to open it or save it. I want to open it just to see what I'm looking at. Okay, let me pull this up where we can see it. Let me pull it, hold on, let me pull this up where we can see it. Maybe the third time will be the charm. I'm going to move it to full screen. And look what I have. A writing paper with pink lines. How often do you see that? And it's 7 inches by 8 inches. So now I could simply download that file, save it to my computer, and cut my scrapbook paper 7 by 8 inches, put the print side to the back, and then print on the white side of the paper, or the lighter, you know how some papers come with pretty just more traditional, almost solid looks on the back, or water brush looks on the back rather than the big prints. You could print this paper right on it. You could do it on tags, journaling cards, whatever you needed to and all. So there's one example. So let's go back. You can see how easy that was. Now I'm going to go back up here. I'm going back. And instead of writing, this of course is the other paper. I happen to want to do a grid paper, and that way I can kind of sketch out some ideas and make my notes off to the side. So I'm just going to pick this. Again, I'm going to do other. My book is going to be 7 inches by 8 inches. Again, you can make it any size you want. How cool is that? And there's where I want a minimum border. Instead of a 1/2 inch, because my book is smaller, you know, if I was making a 8.5 by 11 or a bigger book, I might want the 1/2 inch, but because my book is smaller, I'm going to do a 0.3. And then let's see, grid spacing, 8 lines per inch. That would mean every line is 1/8 of an inch. Every 2 lines would be 1/4 of an inch in my grid. So that would be easy for me to do, to draw something to scale if I wanted to. Okay, then I'm going to come down here, custom color. I could pick the blue and I'll be happy with that, but just because I can, I'm going to come down here. Oh, let's see if I did it. I'm going to pick a different color pink, more of a rosy red pink. It's graph paper. I will be probably writing on it with blues and gray, you know, blues and black pens and all. Okay, so I'm going to pick more of a salmon color there. Okay, we're going to download that file. Again, my computer has safety guards where it's asking me if I want to open or save. I want to open. And what you'll notice here, look how cute. I've got places where I can write notes here, notes down here, and then I can just sketch out my ideas here of graph paper, what I want to do. Isn't that neat? That is so neat that this is here. Okay, so I'm going to close this. Obviously, I would normally save it, you know, come up here and save it. I happen to have, I think, Vistas on this computer. I have 3 different computers in the house. One has 97. One has a different version, the newer version of Windows, and then this one has Vista. Most of them work pretty much alike. Anyway, but I would save that to my file to be able to print later. But I'm going to close that. Okay, close this. And let's go back one more time just to see. I can go back, or I'm just going to hit this again and repick what I want. I'm going to go down here to writing. And let's see what we want. I'm just scaling down the page. I don't think I want any of those particularly. I'm going to show you this one just because it's cute as a button and y'all may like it. I'm going to leave it 8.5 by 11 just to show you. So I'm leaving it to the traditional settings here just to show you how easy. But you know you can change your size and line spacing. Okay, I'm going to come down here and open it. And look what happens. You've got writing paper. How cute is that? Okay. Now, let me go up and see if I can find my other one that I wanted to show you. Give me just a minute. I'm going to find my way here. Okay. See under this brick, asymmetric, and specialty? I'm going to click that and show you something because this is when... this is the one that sparked my interest. When I saw Kathryn's video, I had been wanting to make myself a sketchbook for for scrapbooking ideas and things. And I had seen something on Creative Keepsakes years ago and had downloaded those. And they were just page ideas, you know, where you could sketch off some things. But I found this one here. So I'm going to scroll down to the word storyboard. If you help me, oh, there it is, there it is. Okay, so we're going to click on this one. And you'll see what it is it's going to be squares, and then it's going to have some writing underneath it. So let me take off my glasses for just a second. We're going to come down here. I'm going to go to other. Again, you can put in whatever size you want. Mine happens to be 7 by 8. And I can change it later. I could change it 100 times if I wanted to. Okay, lines weight. I'm keeping it whatever the line weight is, literally the width and strength of the lines here. I'm going to keep those the same. But frame ratio, the 16 by 9 ratio, you notice is 16 by 9. See how wide that is? I don't want that. I'm going to go to a 4 by 3. And I want a 2 column. I could do a 3 column. My book's narrow, so I want to do 2 columns. And then I do not want a page header. The page header would be taking up some space at the top of the page. So if I wanted to say Molly's latest cartoon or Nature's Garden scrapbook page or whatever, I could leave myself room for a header there. But I don't want to, so I'm going to get rid of that header. I'm just clicking that off. Come down here. I'm going to pick light gray. See how the lines just changed to light gray. Light gray, light gray. And then I'm going to download. Open. And, oh my gosh, this is what I've been looking for. How silly is this? But my husband and I, when we travel, I'll have things out and want to play in the car and stuff. So now I could kind of sketch out my page idea here, write myself a few notes, use Prima paper such and such. Don't forget metal embellishments, add flowers, maybe what I want to make the title of the page or something like that. So I'll be able to print this on the back of some of my scrapbook papers and use it. Kathyrn, on the Scrap Beach, you probably won't be seeing this. You're a busy lady, but I cannot thank you enough. Oh, you have no idea how much this just created the spark. Now, one of the things you'll notice here, I'm probably going to change my margin because it's well, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just print this and it'll be my left-hand page. I'll punch my page holes here and make this my left hand and then put my print paper or another paper on this side. But anyway, you have no idea how much I have been looking for this, and I really appreciate it. So, ooh, I'm so excited. Okay, so anyway, here you go. The name of the company, which I just cannot thank them enough, is Incompetech, or however, it sounds like incompetent. I'm not loving that, but anyway, Incompetech and .com. You just type that in the search box, it'll come up. And then you remember, you can look at all this other stuff, take your time, have fun. But this is where we're going here. Now, for the ledger papers. Let me, speaking of ledger papers, let me go, I'm going to click back to the original one. Let's look for the word ledger here somewhere. Hold on. Accounting, ledger. Okay, so brick, asymmetric, and specialty. Let's go there. Can you tell I'm learning my way around this thing as we do it? This is grid paper or graph paper that if you did a cross stitching or knitting or different things like that, you may want to use those kind of papers. Here's engineering papers. Look at these specialty papers right here. See under the word specialty, they've got accounting, ledger, and things like that. Okay, we're going to click on this one just because. And here's an 8.5 by 11, 11 by 8, blah, blah, blah. Here's the different sizes. I haven't seen yet where there's a custom, but we're going to just click on that. I'm going to do this 6 by 9 just because. I'm going to click on that one. And look at this ledger paper that comes up. How cute is that? I've been using the Prima ledger papers and all, but imagine just printing this on the back of a tag or even on printed paper, where you've got a soft damask print or something, and just a pretty soft water washed print or something on the back. You could print these ledger papers. And if you're familiar enough with Paint or Word or whatever, you could take this PDF, copy it on that, and just use your scale buttons to make it any size, widen it or enlarge it to any size you want. But anyway, so I happen to love this. It's 6 by 9. That's close to my 7 by 8 I need. So I would just be printing this, putting it on my page and then dragging it to a little bit larger. You will notice here at the bottom that all the pages you print have their information there. I don't mind that at all. I think it's interesting to have that on the bottom, not to mention it reminds me where I found it. But if you don't care for that, certainly when you do it, you can enlarge or scale it off, cut it off, however you want. Just remember that that is going to be at the bottom of your pages. Cover it with ribbon, put buttons across it, whatever you want. But that will be on every page. So there's one of the ledger papers. Oh my goodness, I went off. Hold on, let me click it back up. Full scale. Sorry about that, ladybugs. Hold on. Now, the last thing I wanted to show you on here, just because it's here and you can see it, is a calendar. And again, here's the traditionals. You can make them any size you want. Let's just go back for my 7x8. Imagine you want to do a 6x6, whatever you'd like. Here's my 7x8 that I'm doing. Yes, I'd like English, thank you. 2012, and you can see it goes from 1901 to 2038. That's pretty cool. Imagine you want to do it the year your mom was born, or the year your dad was born, or your son or daughter, whatever. You can change the years. You can change your week start date from Sunday to Monday. And how cool is that? Okay, so we're gonna get our PDF, and look, so I now have a calendar that I could put in my book. That's so cool. Now, I will be showing you on another video how I'm going to take these things. I'm going to put this PDF onto a Word document, and I'm sorry, Incompetech, I can't tell you how much I appreciate your work, but I'm going to be covering up this right here with some other text graphics, you know, with a word art box or a word box, and covering this up. May even put some flourishes across it and things, but I will be using this blank spot for other things. So just wanted to share that with you. If you've ever been looking for papers or things to print and you didn't already know about this, just wanted to share it with you. Hope you have fun with it. Can't wait to see what y'all create. Thanks so much. Adios. Okay, so I just pulled up one of the storyboard things, and as you can see, I made it 2 columns wide. And I took out that bottom where, you know, you can have it 2 rows high. I just made it 2 columns wide, took out the second row so that I could have it. And then let me show you what I printed just real quick so you can get an idea. Now, I just pulled out an old paper stack that, you know, if I wasted a paper, it wasn't going to kill me or anything. But if it works out, I'll probably make something out of it. So let's see if I can get this in the light. Okay, so here's, does anybody recognize that die cuts with a view? Hold on just one second. No, I think that's about the best light I'm going to be able to get. Let's see if I can get it closer. That's the Die Cuts with a View Nantucket paper stack. There's one print, and there's another print. And again, I was thinking, oh, what the heck, if I wasted them, it won't kill me. But when you open them up as if they were in a book, ooh, let's see if I can do that. You can see there's my storyboard page printed on the back of that one. And then on the back of this one, I printed that Cornell the note-taking page, which I like so much. It's like I'm write notes here, and then I take details here or timelines or something, and then you have a chance to journal and stuff down here. So the computer light is giving it a back flash on there, but you won't see through your pages when you hold them up. But anyway, so I thought that's real cute. It gives you an idea of how you could do it. So imagine having cute layouts here from your trips or your school year or your planning, address book, whatever you want to make, using the different papers. And of course you could do them, you know, this way or that, you know, however you want to do them, this way and that way. Real cute idea. So anyway, thank you so much, Kathyrn of On the Scrap Beach. Ladies, I hope you get the idea, and then I'm going to be spending today making the journal that I've been wanting to make for so long. And thank you, Kathyrn, for that spark that got me started with that link. Okay, I'll be back soon with it. Y'all have fun. Bye.